Okay.
Oh, it's on Facebook Live.
And it's on Zoom. All right, we have, okay. See you, baby.
I'm in it.
Perfect. Okay.
Send a link out. Oh, you're on live though too.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. We are on. A little hot in here. Perfect. Okay.
Send a link out. Oh, you're on live though too.
30 seconds ago. How do I like perfect, perfect, perfect. Facebook, we are on.
Yeah, this is live.
On that
You want to keep it
hot in here. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Send a link out. Oh, you're on live though too.
30 seconds ago. Right, like perfect, perfect, perfect. Facebook, we are on. No, that's Facebook. Yeah, it's lagging. Zoom is good. Hot in here. Zoom. Perfect.
Okay. Send a link out. Oh, you're on live though too.
30 seconds ago. Okay, he can see me. Ryan can see me. This is good. Right, like perfect, perfect, perfect. Facebook, we are on. That's Facebook. Yeah, it's lagging. Zoom is good. Hot in here. Zoom. Perfect. This is all set. Okay. He can see me. Wait for a couple more people to join. Right, like perfect, perfect, perfect. Facebook, we are on. Thank you guys for staying with me as I try and figure this all out. But I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to show up and then we will get started. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching or people that have maternal figures in their lives. It's a blessed day to sort of just give thanks to them, to hold space for them. I have family joining, so I'm also waiting for them to show up. Alrighty. We're just gonna continue waiting like another minute. So it starts at 2, it's 2:05. So I'll just wait one more minute for people to show up. But my name is Sidney. I am a yoga teacher. Sorry that I'm still a little sweaty, it's a little hot in here. We're gonna just do a quick 15-minute afternoon reset class where we're sort of just gonna focus on bringing breath and movement into the body and inviting a good spirit, good energy. You could do it with your mom, you could do it with your grandmother. It's gonna be a very easy flowing class where it's not gonna be too intense or challenging. You're gonna see in a quick second, but it's gonna be very good, easy movements where we'll just sort of get our afternoon started and continuing as we give a bunch of love and energy to all the maternal figures into our lives this Mother's Day. So thank you for joining. And yeah, we're gonna get started. So you're gonna get to your mats, the front of your mats, ideally. And I'm going to start with sort of inviting a couple breaths. I hope you can see me. It's a little backlit over here. But you're going to start with a couple breaths, deep breaths. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to just stay here for a hot, quick second. You could either put your hand on your chest or your stomach, and we're going to take 5 mindful deep breaths. So we'll start. And you want to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth as we focus on 5 big belly deep breaths. So that's 1 and 2. Each inhale and exhale is 1, and then we'll do another one. Focus on feeling the breath filter through your body as we sort of calm the heart rate down, as we sort of be more mindful of each breath that we're inhaling and each breath that we're exhaling. I like putting my hands on my stomach or my chest just to sort of feel my bodily reaction to it. It gives me a little bit more mindfulness. We'll do a couple more. Inhale one more time, really, really, really deep. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and exhale. Perfect. Next, we're just gonna sort of just like loosen up the limbs a little bit. So you could take your legs, and I just want you to sort of do some ankle movements. Again, very easy, very micro movements. Sort of just waking up the joints and thinking about putting movement in and some life into things that we may not be using as much right now. I know I can't wait to go for a walk after this. It's like the little things really, really matter. And especially in our bodies, like we're pretty sedentary right now. We're pretty still and idle. So being very mindful of how we sort of put some life back into our bodies at this time. You're gonna flex your feet up and down. So a flexion and an extension. And if that's too much, you can always hold onto a wall next to you and do these. Hopefully you're not too imbalanced at this time. And you're also gonna just do rolls with them. So we're gonna go one way. And you can hear my cracks right now happening. And then you can go the other way. You end up like working a bit of a sweat, I feel like, because you're balancing so much. My partner right now is having his hands like this. This helps on the other side of me. But whatever works for you, you can hold on to someone next to you if that works. When you're done, just gonna shake them out a little bit. Little nice juices flowing right now. When we're done with that, stand in front of your mats right now. And I wanna focus on some spinal flexion. So we're gonna have a little bend in our knees. I don't want you to lock your knees like this. I want you to have a micro bend in them, just so we're protecting our lower back. We're then gonna go to the floor. You're gonna grab opposite elbows, and I want you to focus on making nice big circles with them. So it's gonna look like that. And as we make our way all the way around, really focus on how the stretch is affecting your body and how your back and spine feels. This is an awesome stretch for the spine. I know we're hunched over phones and computers all day. We're not really thinking about the effect cumulatively it takes on our bodies. And this stretch allows us to sort of feel into all the nooks and crannies. It's one of my favorites. It's really good to do first thing when you wake up in the morning. So we're gonna do that. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we're gonna just reverse it. And please take your time with this. There's no rush. I always say the slower, the better. So take your time. and move with it. You're gonna continue doing that. I'm just gonna check to see if the audio is good because I'd hate for the audio not to be good right now. But it looks like we're good. Continue moving in a slow fashion. Take your time, breathe really deeply. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna do one more cycle of that. If you want, you can grab a water on your way down here, take a sip. You feel as you end up going back up. This is not meant to be a serious practice. It's just meant to sort of give you some awareness for this afternoon. When you're done, we're just gonna come into a forward fold. And I just want us to swing. Again, this yoga practice isn't really meant to make you sweat or push you in any way. It's sort of to give you some awareness into your body. Check into how your body's feeling. Give yourself a moment. We're gonna half lift, and then we're gonna come back down. We're gonna do a half lift, and we're gonna come back down. We're gonna do one more of that. Half lift, and come back down, exhale. You're gonna bend your knees slightly and inhale up to mountain. And exhale to prayer pose. Again, at the front of our mats, let's inhale up and exhale down. You're gonna take one leg and you're gonna put it back. And you're gonna take your left leg and put it back. You're gonna drop your knees to the floor and we're gonna come down to modified child's pose. We're gonna take a quick breath. We're gonna pop back up. And then you're gonna stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, as we do some cat cows. Cat cows, again, focuses on the spine. It sort of flushes our digestive system, and sort of just gives you a deeper breath. So inhale up and exhale. And you can get really, my favorite word, funky with this, and take your time. It's not meant to be rushed. It's not meant to look a certain type of way. I really like to move with it. I really like to look all types of weird in this pose and just feel it out. This is one of my favorite poses to sort of feel out. There's certain parts of my body that need extra movement. I need funky movement for me to just stretch. Inhale one more time. And exhale. We're gonna take up these knees to downward dog. When you're ready. And let's start to pedal on our feet in this pose. Taking your time, making sure you're pedaling at your feet. Let's walk our hands nice and slow back to our feet, to the back of the mat. And then we're gonna come up. Inhale up, straight to mountain. This is a practice, again, that's meant to just be slow, very intentional with our movements. Let's walk back up to the front of our mats. We're then gonna take a seat from here. And if you can, wherever you are, whether you have a blanket, it helps to have a blanket underneath you. Right here, magic blanket just here. And this helps to elevate our hips. If your hips are a little bit too tight, maybe from sitting. And we're just gonna have our feet close, kissing each other right here. And I just want us to inhale forward. So it's nothing to be sort of afraid of when it comes to this position. Your knees can be all the way up here. They can, they can be wherever they are at the moment. It's just up to you to feel out. This move is not meant to be painful in any way. So whichever feels comfortable, if you have a block or a blanket underneath you, we're gonna just inhale forward. making sure that you're keeping integrity in your back. So we don't want to round back in this position. We sort of want it to keep straight and as straight as possible as we inhale down. So we're going to stay here for 5 breaths as we sort of release any tension in our hips. I carry a lot of emotion in my hips, so I love hip releasing moves that help me release any pent-up emotions I may have in this. So take your time as we just come down and inhale. Inhale really deep. And exhale really deep. And maybe take this time to think about the women in your life, the femmes in your life, people who have guided you, have supported you, have loved you. Think about them in any type of way, give thanks to them, call them maybe after this, or if you learn anything in this video, teach it to them if you can, and make room and space for the very important women that you have. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. If you have someone with you, they can pull you even deeper. If not, then this is perfectly okay too. 2 more breaths. Last one. Good job. You could take away the block or the blanket from underneath you. Put it to the side for now. We're going to use this later for our last pose. Since we're on the floor already, we're going to just sort of slowly get to our backs in this position. So you're going to roll out. And you're going to take one leg, right or left leg. I'm doing my left leg, so you can do that too to follow along. And you can also just hug it close. And then I want you to slowly just bring it to one side. We want to focus right now on a lower body stretch. Again, if this is too intense at the moment, you can also grab a blanket and just place it right here. You can fold it or block. That way you're supported. You're going to outstretch your left arm. You're going to grab your right and hold it to your left leg. And you're going to look over on your left side. Taking a few breaths in this position. When you're ready, feel the difference in either leg as we outstretch that left and the switch side. So I'm just going to grab my blanket and place it on my right side, my left side. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Again, grabbing my left hand, holding onto my right leg, outstretching my right hand, looking right, wriggling to my right side, I'm sorry. And again, focusing on this side body stretch that's going on right now. Ready? Let's pop back up. Feet in the center. Place your blanket or your block to the side for now. Let us do some rolls. This is one of my favorite. Again, this doesn't have to look a certain type of way. Get really fun. Think about adding some movement and some playfulness into the practice. It's meant to sort of be taken as such. And we're just gonna roll out that spine. Right now we're just releasing a lot of tension, maybe, that we may have, and getting weird with it. It's meant to get weird. You can open up your legs and you get back up. You can roll around like my partner right now. Once you feel like you've had enough play, we're gonna come back to the front. And in this position, we're gonna take a little more mindful breath. So You can either cross your legs in meditation asana. You can have them in front of you, having more release for your hips, or you can put them together like this, and you could bow your head. I'm gonna bow my head. So you could have either leg position, but when we're here, we're just gonna sort of close our eyes. We're gonna bow our heads. So you can bow your heads in this position. You can bow your heads in this position. Whichever position you're doing, take this moment to empty your mind as much as you can. Fill it with some deep breaths. I'll be talking through you this while you do this. But taking deep breaths as we sort of think about the last 12 to 15 minutes that we just took to move our bodies. We got into a Zoom call, we're watching a Facebook Live, and we are making space for ourselves, even if it was just a small amount of time. Anytime that you do take time for yourself, always give yourself the grace to know that you did it and you're here and you could do it again. So in this time and space, let's think about, again, you could call it maybe a Mother's Day themed yoga practice, since I'm talking so much about mothers, but it's so important to know, and maternal figures can be in men too. They can be in people who may not identify as man or woman. They could be anyone that you feel a connection, a strong maternal connection to, and sort of thinking about making space for them to feel all the love that you have for them, all of the thanks that you have for them for supporting you and helping you and caring for you during this time. So thank you so much for coming to this practice. We're going to take a few more breaths here as we end this practice, as it comes to a close. Again, my name is Sidney. Thank you so much for coming and being here. And we're going to just stay here for a few more breaths as we end it with ourselves. We're going to take one more breath, and then we're going to close. Wherever you're at your mat, you're going to just clasp your hands together, like in prayer form. You can close your eyes, leave them open. I like to take it to my forehead, and I like to give a quick kiss and sort of give my body thanks and grace for being here. But thank you so much for joining this quick class, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we are done. Oh, my cousin's here. Hi, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie's here. Jamie, hi. Thank you so much for coming. You can talk if you want. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna end it.
Hold on. Yeah, hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
That's the point.
Oh,
Look on your face.